Good evening and welcome to this service. Let's begin by singing hymn number 50, and I will read the last verse. Drop thy still dews of quietness till all our strivings cease. Take from us now the strain and stress, and let our ordered lives confess the beauty of thy peace. Hymn number 50.
Dear Lord and Father of us all, forgive our foolish ways. Reclothe us in our rightful mind, in purer lives thy service find, in deeper reverence praise, in deeper reverence praise, in simple trust like theirs who heard beside the Syrian sea the gracious calling of the Lord. Let us, like them without a word, rise up and follow thee. Rise up and follow thee. Breathe through the pulses of desire thy coolness and thy balm. Let sense be dumb, let flesh retire. Speak through the earthquake, wind and fire. O stillness, small voice for calm. O still small voice of calm. Drop thy still dews of quietness till all our striving cease. Take from us now the strains and stress, and let our ordered lives confess the beauty of thy peace, the beauty of thy peace.
The topic of our readings tonight is spiritual solutions to stress. And I'll be reading from the Bible and from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy. From the Bible, Genesis. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. Proverbs. as coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Isaiah, thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. Matthew, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Mark, when Jesus passed over again by ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name, and when he saw him, he fell at his feet, and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Jesus went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all she had, and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse, when she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? The woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. While he yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Jesus heard the word that was spoken, he saith unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeth the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he saith unto them, Why make ye this ado, and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel, and them that were with him, and entereth in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand, and saith unto her, Talitha cumi, which is, being interpreted, Damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years, and they were astonished with a great astonishment. Luke. Now it came to pass, as they went, that he entered into a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was cumbered about much serving, and came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister hath left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Jesus answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things, but one thing is needful, and Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness in the cares of this life, and so that day cometh upon you unawares. And when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him. And he said unto them, With desire have I desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. And he took bread, and gave thanks, and brake it, and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. And they began to inquire among themselves, which of them it was that should do this thing. And there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. And he said unto them, The kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, but ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief, as he that doth serve. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth? Is not he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. And he came out and went, as he was wont, to the Mount of Olives. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast, and kneeled down and prayed. And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them, and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? When they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them smote the servant of the high priest, and cut off his right ear. And Jesus answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear, and healed him. John, I can of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I see not mine own will, but the will of the Father which hath sent me. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Philemon, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. And from Science and Health, with Key to the Scriptures, by Mary Baker Eddy. The meek demonstrator of good, the highest instructor and friend of man, met his earthly fate alone with God. Jesus could have withdrawn himself from his enemies. He had power to lay down a human sense of life for his spiritual identity in the likeness of the divine. But he allowed men to attempt the destruction of the mortal body in order that he might furnish the proof of immortal life. Nothing could kill this life of man. Jesus could give his temporal life into his enemy's hands, but when his earth mission was accomplished, his spiritual life, indestructible and eternal, was found forever the same. He knew that matter had no life, and that real life is God. Therefore, he could no more be separated from his spiritual life than God could be extinguished. This material world is even now becoming the arena for conflicting forces. On one side, there will be discord and dismay. On the other side, there will be science and peace. The breaking up of material beliefs may seem to be famine and pestilence, want and woe, sin, sickness, and death, which assume new faces until their nothingness appears. These disturbances will continue until the end of era, when all discord will be swallowed up to spiritual truth, in spiritual truth. During this final conflict, wicked minds will endeavor to find means by which to accomplish more evil. But those who discern Christian science will hold crime in check. They will aid in the ejection of error. They will maintain law and order and cheerfully await the certainty of ultimate perfection. The broadest facts array the most falsities against themselves, for they bring error from under cover. It requires courage to utter truth. For the higher truth lifts her voice, the louder will error scream until its inarticulate sound is forever silenced in oblivion. You may know when first truth leads by the fewness and faithfulness of its followers. Thus it is that the march of time bears onward freedom's banner. The powers of this world will fight and will command their sentinels not to let truth pass the guard until it subscribes to their systems. But science, heeding not the pointed bayonet, marches on. There is always some tumult, but there is a rallying to truth's standard. Imperfect mortals grasp the ultimate of spiritual perfection slowly, but to begin aright and to continue the strife of demonstrating the great problem of being is doing much. Hold thought steadfastly to the enduring, the good, and the true, and you will bring these into your experience proportionately to their occupancy of your thought. Science shows that material, conflicting mortal opinions and beliefs emit the effects of error at all times. But this atmosphere of mortal mind cannot be destructive to mortals and health when it is opposed promptly and persistently by Christian science. The starting point of divine science is that God, Spirit, is all in all, and that there is no other might nor mind, that God is love, and therefore he is divine principle. The material so-called gases and forces are counterfeits of the spiritual forces of divine mind, whose potency is truth, whose attraction is love, whose adhesion and cohesion are life, perpetuating the eternal facts of being. There is no vapid fury of mortal mind, expressed in earthquake, wind, wave, lightning, fire, bestial ferocity, and this so-called mind is self-destroyed. The manifestations of evil, which counterfeit divine justice, are called in the scriptures the anger of the Lord. In reality, they show the self-destruction of error or matter and point to matter's opposite, the strength and permanency of spirit. Christian Science brings to light truth and its supremacy, universal harmony, the entireness of God, good, and the nothingness of evil. This strife consists in the endeavor to forsake error of every kind and to possess no other consciousness but good. In order to apprehend more, we must put into practice what we already know. We must recollect that truth is demonstrable when understood, and that good is not understood until demonstrated. If faithful over a few things, we shall be made rulers over many. But the one unused talent decays and is lost. From the Glossary of Christian Science, the definition of time: mortal measurements, limits in which are summed up all human acts, thoughts, beliefs, opinions, knowledge, matter, error, that which begins before and continues after what is termed death, until the mortal disappears and spiritual perfection appears. The objects of time and sense disappear in the illumination of spiritual understanding, and mind measures time according to the good that is unfolded. Divine love always has met and always will meet every human need. And now let's hold a minute of silent prayer, followed by the audible repetition of the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Let us sing hymn 93. And I will read the third verse. Dwelling in love that cannot change, from anxious fear man finds release. No more his homeless longings range. God keepeth him in perfect peace. Hymn 93. This church is a branch of the Mother Church, the First Church of Christ Scientist in Boston, Massachusetts. The lesson sermon read from this desk on Sunday morning is the same read in Christian Science churches throughout the world. Children and teenagers are welcome in our Sunday school, where they learn the healing truths of Christian Science and their application to daily life. Sunday school meets at the same time as our church service, 10 a.m. For those not yet ready to attend Sunday school or these Wednesday evening meetings, our children's room is available, where the little ones are cared for in an atmosphere of love and joy. In our reading room, a quiet sanctuary located in this building, you may study, borrow, or purchase the Bible, the Christian Science textbook, and other Christian Science literature. The reading room is open after every Sunday service and before each Wednesday evening meeting, or by appointment anytime convenient for you. Everyone is welcome to attend our services, to use the reading room, and to bring the children to Sunday school. You may also access our website and YouTube recordings of Sunday services and these Wednesday evening meetings by typing Third Church Miami in your web browser. This meeting is now open to you to share testimonies of healing and remarks on Christian Science. Remember, if you are joining us from home, unmute yourself so we can hear what you have to say. Let us close with hymn 457. And I'll read the last verse. Truth is my rock. There is nothing I shall fear. You still all my worry and woe, and my heart's overflowing now. I rest where your quiet waters flow. Hymn 457.
Cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning. Teach me to do your will, O God. Cause me to know your way where I should place my feet, to walk in the pathway of your love. Not in the storm, nor the earthquake, nor the wave. You're not in the wind, nor the flame. In the still of the evening, in the hush of the morning, call my name. Cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning. Teach me to do your will, O God. Cause me to know the way where I should place my feet, to walk in the pathway of your love. Truth is my rock, there is nothing I shall fear. You still all my worry and woe, and my heart's overflowing now. I rest where your quiet waters flow. Cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning. Teach me